What's up, guys? It's 2026. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all those good things. This will probably be my second video of the year. The first video will be is the UK trip recap vlog. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We are back working on the Fiesta. This is my year, even though it didn't start that well. I fractured a bone in my wrist and damaged my knee pretty badly. Got some pretty bad roasties from a dirt bike accident on Friday. Tomorrow's my birthday. And yeah, where I'm starting this video is birthday presents from Mervyn. I've got a few carbon goodies. So I got these for the front, I got the rear fog light covers, I got a boot protector from Mervyn. My fog lights got sprayed. He sprayed my wind or my rain covers for my mirror caps, and then he sprayed my fire extinguisher bottle. So yeah, today we'll just start off light and install those presents from Mervyn. And yeah, then we'll get on to, or once I'm recovered, I don't know how long this video is going to take, we'll get onto the gearbox, the hubs, the bearings, all of that. So yeah, the Fiesta's battery's dead. It just doesn't want to charge anymore on the trickle charger for some reason. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to jump the car, but yeah, let's get into installing this stuff. So here's this one on. Looks pretty mad. We've got that boot panel, we've got that. Now I think I just need the diffuser in carbon. So yeah, this side's on already. It's all taped up. I'm gonna tape that other side on. This side's not sticking, so lacquer for some reason. I can see here it's pulling off as also. Definitely needs the tape to help it stay on. Then this front corner here is done. Also already taped up. But that also looks insane because I've got that. Maybe I just need to do my lip in carbon. Got the carbon bonnet, which needs a polish. And yeah, carbon fenders one day. This could do with a re-clear maybe. But I think that is mad. I'll show the other side before I tape it up. And now I took the hand out the brace. You can see there by the purple. But yeah, put that side on, put that side on. Hopefully it sticks overnight. Don't see it separating. This side was a little bit tricky, you can see by the amount of tape. So yeah, hopefully it sticks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these have stuck on the car successfully, and I'm extremely happy with it. Don't mind those, because we're renovating the house finally. So yeah, I'm extremely happy with this. I think my elbow is bleeding again. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe I just bring some clamps from the work to clamp like there and that side. But other than that, I think these look proper clean. I was just chatting to Mervyn about getting those made or that clear coated. And then that may be carbon, the thing. Because I have the new ones from the UK. But I think that's mint. I definitely think those need a new clear coat. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Really, really happy. So, we're busy here tonight. Just installed the new light up doors, kick plates on both sides. Looks absolutely mad. I'm super happy with it. So now we're busy with the brake light. Here's the old one, Ford Performance sticker over it. Now the new one. So here's a new one, full clear OEM. And it's literally just 2 bolts. We're busy renovating, so got a lot of stuff. Clips in there, and it goes in there like that. Super clean. It's literally that simple for a clear brake light. I much prefer this look. It looks a lot more profound on camera, but yeah, I like it. I like it way more. Matches a nice OEM. Oh, that hurt my hand tightening with the thing. So I just quickly finished installing my boost map sensor. It's now the 2-port one, so this goes to my GFB. I just need to put a zip tie there. Then my second one, this one goes to the meth kit. This one goes to the blower valve. So it would actually be beneficial if I had one more port, then I don't have to run this T-piece. But the vacuum pump is in with the new bolts, OEM gasket and some gasket sealer as per recommendation from SVT. Then we've got the T-piece over here, which runs to the brake booster. So this is the reference for vacuum from there. So I mean, I saved all of this space and the pump came about so high. Yo, I'm sweating, it's hot in the garage. So yeah, that's a quick rundown of the install. This, I just need to get longer. Hopefully I can find this black stuff that JD gave me from Gearbox. Just need to run that to there and install done. 2 zip ties, one here, one there. Oh no, 2 over there and then 1 over there. So yeah, but install basically done. Looks nice, saves space, saves weight. This thing's about 3 kilograms. Common points of failure. I'm not sure if this is normal, but yeah, maybe mine has also failed. Who knows? But it's off. So yeah, now me and the boys, we're going to do the gearbox this weekend. So essentially all of this comes out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a bit of ahead of ourselves before I started filming. Marburg's here. Dylan's also here. As you know, I did the vacuum pump delete. So, yeah, we've taken out the battery, we've taken out the intake, the ECU, headlight, scuttle tray. We've got tools here. I've got new parts. So, at the same time as this job, we're going to do the rear brake upgrade. We're going to do the new front knuckles and bearings and hubs and studs. Probably do the same on the back. But the main job is the gearbox, which includes the braided clutch line, the magnetic drain plug, and the slave, flywheel, and clutch. Also got a new breather from Ford. Same time for the back, we're going to do the new brake rebuild kit. Baffled sump will be done at the same time. I'm thinking while I'm here, we powder coat that. We powder coat this. Powder coat that side engine mount. Because it's not going to be a one-day job. I need to get my new clutch and flywheel and pressure plate from Joburg. But yeah, so we've stripped the battery box, the ECU, headlight, intake. We're ready to take out the intake now. And then hopefully it's not much more after that. There's obviously a few plugs that need to come out, but we'll get there. So, here's Dylan. We got the clutch line bracket out, which isn't needed. Here's the new clutch line, looks like that. We got the shifter cable bracket out. Got my shifter cable bracket bushes. Now we're just trying to get the cables out the bracket. And then I'm pretty sure we're done at the top besides the clutch line. Then we just need to go to the bottom, loosen the sump, loosen the CVs. Yeah. And then pray we got the job done. So, we just got the wiring harness loose here. From there, that ground cable. We got that ground cable loose, and we got the starter bolts out. 1, 2, 3. At least I think those are the starter bolts. Not too sure. Never taken the starter out before. Oh, yeah, starter's loose. There we go. Job done. We've got the shifter brackets off. Next, we're going to do the CVs. First, the wheels must come off. Loosen the CVs. I got this 1,300 Newton meter impact gun. Should make the job pretty easy. And yeah, I'm hoping I have the right socket. So low-key want to take the gearbox out the top. So I'm going to take out this mount completely. I'm going to loosen there, loosen there, and at the back. Then the gearbox can come out and then tip come up. So we might have to take out the strap brace, I'm not too sure. We've got the CV bolts loose. We've got the lower control arms loose and the steering rack loose. We're just gonna go get to work to the warehouse to get some Allen keys, a mallet, ball joint, clamp, and then yeah, it's just the drive shafts left and the rear motor mount, this motor mount, and then 8. So yeah, not too much longer. Okay, so we've got the drive shafts out, lower control arms are loose. Where are the drive shafts? Here's Tinus. There's the short drive shaft, there's the long drive shaft. Drive shaft brackets out, rear motor mount is out, sump to gearbox is out. So the next step is loosening here, taking this mount completely out, and then sliding the gearbox backwards, and hopefully not dropping it on the floor. Okay, we got the gearbox out, the clutch. Oh, the gearbox is out. Now it's the clutch. We literally got this gearbox out with not a single issue. It literally came straight out. I held the whole thing by myself from the bottom. Dylan's leaving. Yeah. So, there's my clutch inside the gearbox. It's not that good. That one's loose.
Are you ready?
No, wait, I think there's one more. I just want to collect the bolts.
One more?
Yeah, there is. Up here. I need the bigger impact. Here's my pressure plate. The pressure plate's a bit burnt, but that's normal from... Yeah, no, the pressure plate's cooked. Then here's what's left of the clutch.
There's the rest
Not
of it
much.
The car.
There's the rest of the clutch. Yeah, ne. Yeah. Okay, boys. Gearbox is done. Flywheel's cooked. I just don't have the right socket here. This guy. So yeah, everything is ready. I'm just gonna clean up the gearbox, give it a paint of black. And yeah, now we wait for the flywheel and pressure plate and clutch to come from Josie. Engine supported on the jack stand there. Wasn't too difficult, eh? What's up, guys? We are back working on the Fiesta. You'll notice something different here. Can't remember filming anything. But yeah, we basically just put in engine support that I bought myself. And today we're going to do some small stuff. I wanted to prep the rear calipers, but I don't actually have grease here. Put in the new cluster. I don't think I've shown you guys that. So yeah, full carbon fiber now. And then the other thing is the new Alcantara steering cover. I've got a new camera setup. The mic is probably way better because I'm using the DJI mics today. So yeah, just gonna do those two small things. And what else is there to install? So powder coating was that, this bracket here, that bracket and that bracket. Not sure if there's anything else to powder coat. These will go on soon. These will go on soon. I know Dylan's painted my tappet cover today. So yeah, maybe we could even install the new slave. Dylan's just bringing some rags. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I'd want to powder coat. I know I want to send the sump for powder coating because I have to take the baffled sump in. But yeah, not a bad setup here. I'm quite actually chuffed with this. I was planning on doing the rear big brake kit, but yeah, I don't actually have grease here. And then at the same time as the rear big brake kit, we do the camber shims, and yeah, I'm hoping Brandon pressed in my new studs today on my new hubs, and yeah, then I can assemble the bearings. But yeah, plan is maybe also get this gearbox sprayed matte black today. I just need to mask off all the things. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to powder coat. That big bracket there, that one. So here's the new cluster. You can see that it's carbon fiber with the blue. It says Stadler, super nice there. It says Ford Performance. The new Alcantara is in on the steering column. Oh, I'm trying to find which way is best to film with the sun here. There's a new Alcantara steering column. The digital dash doesn't cover much. You can see the fuel. I just need to get this bottom cover off, but it's got 2 Torx bolts which require, what do they require? They require the steering wheel to be unlocked, which mine is locked. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but right there they came on for a second. There we go. Oh, ooh, something is reflecting. I think my phone is reflecting onto the sensor. Oh, there we go. So these now light up blue. They can say whatever, well, be whatever color you want, whatever mode. So that's pretty sick. That's it for the interior, I think. Yeah, well, maybe I'll quickly put in my fire extinguisher. And what next? Next would be prepping the gearbox. So it's a tad bit dirtier. Won't you bring a 10 socket with an extension, please? That's scary to take out of your gearbox.
I know so.
Hey, just because you had a BMW doesn't mean. Drop through the whole thing is just like filled with. Okay, so I quickly just zip tied that over there, and I zip tied this. The only zip tie left is the one from the brake booster, but I need this to be longer first, and I need to change it from blue to black. So I'm just getting ready my powder coating stuff. That's all going to be powder coated. I want to get that bracket off as well for powder coating. Yeah. So the gearbox has its layer of primer on over here. Just waiting for it to dry. So this is grey right now. My dad, Tinas and Dylan were saying make it white. So I was going to do matte black. There's the spray paint. But they're all saying white helps with spotting oil leaks and whatever. So yeah. Not sure. I think white would be quite fitting because that's my accessory color. This is grey, so it kind of gives an idea. But yeah, not sure. Also, now I just noticed that cloth. That's for the IB6 shifter tower. I want to get a new gasket for the IB6 shifter tower. Boys are about to leave. There's Dylan number 2. We put on a new reflector and a new tail light for him. Had a small accident. There's Dylan number 1. Well, they both came to help. We've got the white on the gearbox. We did a second coat of primer. We put the white on now. So it's looking good. Pretty happy with that. Then on the good old Fezzy, tomorrow I've got the jack back now at the house. We're gonna do the big brake kit on the rear shims and the rear shock mounts. And the new alignment bushes and bolts on the rear bracket. Today, we put in new shock mounts on the front. There's the old ones, and we put on new gold heat wrapping on both of the coolant lines because they were a bit short, but I didn't have any in Joburg. So yeah, finally got to doing that. Shock mounts at the front. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do the shock mounts at the back. And yeah, quickly went to my room. Mervyn painted this for me, but there's the new fire extinguisher mounted, painted nice and white. Now I just need to install, but I need a drill for that. Quite like these things. The fire extinguisher pull cord, which I'm thinking of putting, I actually don't know, somewhere here in there. I'll show you guys now. Just a pull cord like this. That will go through the fire extinguisher, and then that will go somewhere in the middle, I'm thinking. Like, maybe in the cup holder delete. Can pull that, and yeah, then it will just set off the fire extinguisher. One is by the driver, one is somewhere here. Somewhere. I'm actually not sure. There's supposed to be one here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It's just tucked out of the way. And then one is by the turbo and the high pressure fuel pump. So yeah, that will be nice and set up then. And yeah, I should probably get this stuff off to powder coating pretty soon. Okay, so the gearbox is in now, all painted. Pretty happy with it. I've taken the O-ring off of the IB6 tower, test fitted the IB6 tower. The new slave is in. Didn't actually get too much overspray in the box. The new concentric slave is in, torque to spec, 10 Newton meters. The new magnetic drain bolt is in over there. Where's it? You can just see it there in the center. So yeah, that's in. Now the next step is just replacing that O-ring, putting the O-ring on, cleaning that up, putting the breather in. Then the gearbox is done, and yeah, you just wait for the flywheel. That stuff needs to go off to powder coating. That needs to get replaced, and some Victor Rhines, because I noticed there was a gearbox leak there. But I've got some Victor Rhines, just need to clear out the nozzle. Can also be used for my new tappet cover, the billet one. And yeah, not looking too bad. We're making some decent progress. Now I want to get that bracket powder coated, but I can't get that thing off. It's hectic. I think they screw in somewhere there. But yeah, not too bad progress for the evening. I'm filthy. I'm gonna go eat and shower now. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time is finally here. Yo, I did like a little happy dance with the courier driver now in the driveway. The time is finally here. Is anything else taped? Oh, yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. I am so excited. Yes, like it. Ooh. Oh yes, here's the new flywheel bolts. I think. No, these are flywheel bolts. I think. Yeah, these are flywheel bolts. These are pressure plate bolts. Let's have a look at this flywheel. Just get my hand under it. Oh, yes. No more dual mass moving around. Just solid mass goodness. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Now the important part, Ford Fiesta ST 180. Clutch warranty. Oh, they got a 100,000 kilometer clutch warranty. Ooh. Yeah, no, this thing is beefy, bro. Lack of springs, dual sprung clutch. Oh, duck sexy, heavy duty clutch, and the flywheel. The pressure plate's just normal, I think, or it's extra sprung. I think it's higher sprung. But yo, it's finally here, boys. It is finally here. I'm so excited. This can go in this weekend with the boys. Okay, guys, so the gearbox is fully assembled. New O-ring on the IB6 shifter tower. I gave it a quick clean now. The new breather's on. And I put a little bit of RTV gasket maker there. Bolts are torqued to spec. There and there. 25 Newton meters. I've just put those bolts there for now. That must still go for powder coating. But yeah, now I want to drain the oil out the sump and then put in the sump, the baffled sump over there. And I have a little bit of spray paint. Hopefully it goes a far way. Yeah. Okay, boys, doesn't look like a pretty sight, but the sump is off. There it is. And now I can install the the baffle. So let me get that. Sometimes the scariest jobs are the easiest. Here's the sump off. There's the baffled sump in. Google says these are 10 Newton meters. These new bolts with the spacers. Now it's got the oil flappies so that oil can't go out, but it can come in. I got the 4-port baffle from MGC, so hopefully this will assist on track. I'm gonna do these to 15 Newton meters, I think. But even that feels a bit low. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. Looks quite sexy. All the race car parts under here. So do I have oil in my hair? No. So yeah, now I just want to try and get this thing painted a bit. Hopefully it works lekker. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken for powder coating, but I've still got that whole bunch of stuff to take, and I don't know how long I can leave this engine open for. Okay, so baffled sump is in. Am I pointing in the right place? Yeah. I started spraying now the sump, but I ran out of primer and white, so I'm gonna try get to the rear big brake kit, the rear camber plates, and the rear axle bolts. Don't know how safe it's gonna be. I'm actually so proud of this. It looks so clean. Super happy with how it came out, especially with this IB6 tower cleaned up. So yeah, I'm super stoked with that. Super stoked. So yeah, I don't know if I should do this, but so I have to jack up the back. Gonna be uneven, those axle bolts that I'm replacing. I got myself a set of these made. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, these are for in the actual. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on those. These two new bolts or nuts are for here, because these are cuck. There we go. I hit them with the hammer. So yeah, at least those are now fine. The tie rods are still fine, they don't move. So yeah, I just need one more of these bolts or one more of those nuts for that side, because for some reason, I'm not sure if it was me or someone, but they put exhaust nut in there. So yeah, I just need one more of those. I think I'm going to wait on the rear suspension just for safety reasons, because those bolts at the back are quite tight. Car's on 2 jack stands, no front wheels, no front suspension connected. So I think I'm going to wait for that. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see from yesterday I moved this to there. Remove that because it is time for that to go in. It is Saturday morning. I want to get this all the way in. I want to get the sump painted and back in. I want to paint those things myself. I'm going to do them in black. We've got black. So yeah, I think let's get crack-a-lackin'. The boys are on their way. And yeah, let's see if I can put this in one-handed by myself. Well, that was pretty easy. New bolts are in, new flywheels in. Let's just give that surface a clean. I've got a new toolkit over there to align the clutch. And then it should be Bob's your uncle. Okay, so flywheel is fully in, torque to spec. I use this handy dandy ratchet here, slide this in the gearbox or spanner, and then this locks into the starter teeth. So that's good. Take out the last pressure plate bolt, and now it's time to line up the clutch. Okay, so there's Mr. in trouble. So the clutch is in. The flywheel's in, pressure plate's in. Dylan's putting on the new washers on the baffled sump, and man stripped my block. I'm busy spraying the sump and some extra stuff. So yeah, these are going black, these 4 things here. That's going white. And yeah, I'm just spraying that, getting this ready to go back in the car. And yeah.
We are done painting these now, just waiting for it to dry. There's another piece there which we still do need to paint. Kind of caught on a bit of cuck, but it's all good. These are turning out rather nice.
Now, while we wait for things to dry, because we need to put that one mount there that's waiting for paint on the side of the gearbox, we're putting in the new big brake kit at the back, camber shims and new bolts. We've got a new bolt for there, and then the 3 bolts in there with the machine spacers. So this is the standard disc. These are, I think these are Mintex. I imported these from the UK. Pretty small. And you compare these to the new brakes for the back, and yeah, they're pretty big. So these will go on, nice addition to the car. So off come these bad boys, and on goes this bad boy. From what company is this from? No, not MGC. SK Dynamics over in the UK. New brakes on, new bolts there, and I don't know if you can see it, but new bolts here with these alignment bushings, and high tensile upgraded. So now let's just do the other side. Okay boys, rear big brake kit is on, rear camber plates on, upgraded bolt on. Hopefully you can see these bolts. Those are also on. We didn't almost die twice. That's fake news. Now we just got to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so that looks mint. Absolutely fire. Sump is done. Getting ready for the other side. There's the black mount on the gearbox. Super clean. Still need to figure out how we're going to torque those down. But yeah, the gang's here. We're going to races after this. We're just going to install that, and the big brake kits on the other side. But yeah, that's mad. So we've got this side, the SKR camber bolt, camber plate. These already have upgraded bolts in here. So these are already upgraded to 12.9 tensile. Carl's filming now. So Dylan and I are just going to get this hub back on. Then it's just swapping these bolts out and the centering bushes over here. And then it's back together for the rear and start on the gearbox again, because we're all pretty sure want to go to racing today. So yeah, let's get cracking on this.
I want the gearbox in.
Okay, ladies and gents, the white sump is on. Extremely happy with that. Baffled sump is in. Rear big brake kit is in. Rear bolts, rear bushes, rear everything. I don't know what all we did. The gearbox is assembled, ready to go in. We just need to torque these to 80 and one more coat outside, then we're done. Okay, so it was a lacquer night at Kalani. Bobby's waiting for me to take her home. While Bobby was waiting, I just assembled all these brackets on the gearbox. I'm gonna respray this one tomorrow because I'm not happy with that. This one needs its final coat of black and some more primer in places. I think I'm gonna mask up this one and paint it because I don't like that. But yeah, all in all, that's the gearbox ready to go back in. What parts do I have left to install? New parts. No, I'm coming now. I've just got the rear shock mounts. And I think that's all the new parts done. Don't think there's much more. Yeah, nothing. Yo, ladies and gents, it's Sunday now. Dylan and I just we went to the warehouse to get the adapter that Dylan's holding. There's Dylan.
Hi.
We also fetched a whole bunch of stuff in the packet. So the flywheel has been torqued in its stages. All of these bolt to 30 Newton meters opposite, and then you just go around checking that once it's all seated, it's 30 again, and then you do your star cross opposites at 90 degrees. So this is sorted. We've put the new sump bolt or the crush washer on the sump and tightened that to 28 Newton meters. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And the next thing is fixing the oil leak from the turbo drain. So we've got some gasket paper and some shellac gasket sealer. I don't know, I'm just filming Dylan while I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. It feels awkward now. Oh, there we go, we got some shellac gasket sealer. Recommendation from Chad, so yeah, let's just clean that I messed on that. But yeah, it's going well, just a chilled Sunday. We're not doing much today, just getting some work out the way. Okay, so thank you to Chad and Caleb for this recommendation. We've got some gasket maker here. We've made a gasket, a little bit oversized. Now we're going to put that gasket shellac stuff on here, and hopefully that solves all my problems. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have put a paper gasket there, made it very tight, and put some shellac sealer. We cleaned up the fitting, so hopefully it doesn't leak anymore. We'll see. I don't know what the curing time of this is. So I'm just packing up quickly. We sorted out the sump, putting the crash washer. We sorted out the leak, hopefully. We sorted out the rattle or broken exhaust mount, and we put in new poly exhaust mounts, and I think that was it that we got to. So for 2 hours of work, not too bad. We kind of circled with the exhaust mount, but we got there eventually. Took out all of the MacGyver shit we did. Oh yeah, and we tightened down the pressure plate, so at least that's all done. The gearbox is ready to go in. I just need to paint those two brackets, respray that one more time, put in the gasket, replace it, and yeah, not too bad. My Pookie Dylan helped me today. There he is in the bucky. Can't see him, you can see his head. Look at him smiling. So I doubt you've seen my face in a little minute, but yeah, just getting some small stuff done. It's Tuesday night, got nothing better to do. Busy gluing this back together. So this came a little bit loose, so I'll put some new contact adhesive on it. Hopefully by tomorrow that will be glued together. Then the new fire extinguisher Just waiting for this panel to glue in, but I've put the pull cord there, fully connected, drilled 2 holes there, and then yeah, it's connected to the fire suppression system. So if I pull that, then everywhere. So yeah, did the drill fall over? Nope, did not. So what's next? Yeah, I was hoping that would dry quicker. I guess not. Just waiting for that panel to glue in with the same glue. So yeah, maybe I'll do one more small job or go inside. Kenneth came over today. We did the big 5 kit, so we're going chassis to engine over there. We're upgrading chassis to battery. We're upgrading chassis to gearbox. We're upgrading alternator ground to chassis, and that's 4. And then the last one would be battery, that battery to the alternator. So yeah, we're doing 0 gauge, 100% copper, big 5, and hopefully that will sort out our battery issue. Otherwise the alternator must come out and get a new LIN module, either a LIN module or a battery voltage regulator. So yeah, hopefully it's an easy fix if it's not the big 5, because that's already a brand new alternator. So yeah, let me see what else is small I can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have been fitting the underglow much better than I've ever fitted it before. So it's following the full body, then one goes down, one goes across through the cradle, and I just need to extend it there so I can go under that side. This side's fully fitted in the liner, and this side is fully fitted along the length of the car. This is the back strip, it just needs to be extended to go all the way to the back. I'm probably going to go in around the tire well, and then I've got a channel already across the back of the car. And then the fixed passenger A-pillar has been fitted already, turned out nicely. This is stuck, I can pull there, I don't know if you can see the movement. Obviously the pin is not in actually, oops, if I'd pulled that hard enough we could have had a problem. So the pin's back in, so that centerpiece glued in quite nicely. I sprayed the last 2 brackets for there, so can install those now finally. And yeah, Kenneth will be back on Friday, finish up the big 5 and hopefully extend the underglow wiring for me, just in 2 sections, a little bit, maybe like 1.5 meters there, 1.5 meters there, because this must follow the full length of the car and then go over the back, run the channel. So yeah, that's that done. That's underglow kind of done, and passenger A-pillar fixed. I need to figure out how I'm going to clean this, man. I don't know, because of the tint on the inside. Don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, it is now Thursday, and this engine's looking more stripped than when you last saw it. I'm busy cleaning up here. I got the fuel rail out, and I dropped a nut in there. So I got that out. I am now going to clean up here. Gooi Victor Ryan's on, and then yeah, I'm busy outside. I'm busy with this. So yeah, I sanded that yesterday, respraying it now with light even coats just to fix up the runs, and that can go on the car with a new OEM gasket. So I've completely cleaned up the head of all the old gasket maker. Now this is done being sprayed. I'm just going to take all of the masking tape off, put in the OEM gasket, then I'm going to lay down the, whatchamacallit, on there, whatever it's called. I'm going to put that down, whatever it's called. So yeah, pretty happy with how this came out. Hopefully it looks good, and yeah, hopefully I don't have leaks. And guys, I am so happy with this. There's a little bit of smudge marks on it because my hands aren't the cleanest, but holy smokes, I am happy with it. And I obviously modified this to have the AN fittings on. I probably should have done the back, but I was just worried because from factory or aftermarket, can you hear these things have, oh shit, these things have a baffle in them. So this bad boy sits like that. So now I need to go to FTF, buy a 45-degree barb there, AN10 over there, AN10, AN10, AN line to AN10, put my one-way valve over there, and yeah, I can start putting things back together now. But holy smokes, I am so happy with this. This turned out way better than I expected. This is clean. Guys, I cooked way too hard. I've just been sitting here staring at this thing. I cooked way too hard. This is way too clean. The blue hardware, the blue washers, silver hardware, billet silver caps over there as well, over there. AN fittings. Oh, dude, this is so clean. Oh, I love it so much. So Dylan and I just put in the new front knuckle with the new SKF bearings and the new NASCAR studs. Damn, the stud is long. So these now are rounded with a NASCAR hemi thread somewhere. I don't know where it is on this one. With new SKF bearings, painted the knuckles, and the only thing left on the front, we've already installed these. The OEM heat shields for your, what's this, a ball joint boots. The only thing left for the front suspension to be done one day in the future will be new springs there, and soon will be big brakes at the front. I've got the Brembo 4-pots, but I just need money to get the brackets machine. So now, last thing for the evening, we're just going to do this on that side. Yeah, I've got one other thing that I did before Dylan came. So I've always dreamed about having FTF fittings throughout the car. So PCV, oil breather, and CCV. And finally pulled the trigger on starting out the process. So the whole PCV system will be FTF. I need to go, here's my shopping list. 6 3/8 to AN10, 4 AN10 straight, 5 90 degrees. So that will convert the CCV, PCV, oil breather, and oil cooler all to FTF. The back is already all FTF. The only thing in the future would be full race car coolant system converted to AN lines. But yeah, Kenneth came through today. He did the full Big 5 upgrade. So we've got alternator negative to ground. We've got alternator positive to battery, which is over there. We've got chassis to engine. We've got chassis to gearbox. And we've got chassis to battery negative. So all of that is all sorted. Pretty happy with that. Shout out to Mr. Kenneth. Always pulls through. The new valve covers on. Gasket makers all dried. Super happy with this. We'll finally be able to put the metal bungs to use on the engine. Let me just show you here, for example. So this one is going to get an FTF AN10 to barbed fitting, because I'm going to be running the line like that. It's my to-do list work. I'm going to be running the line like this. So this was a real pain in the ass to get on. It's actually really good. There's no oil residue in that. This is a pain in the ass to get on at the bottom there on the block breather. So I'm just going to put a barbed fitting there, 45 off the block. FTF logo up at the top. Then this one will go to the catch can, which I need to change the mounting position for. And then it will go onto my Revo intake. So there's that. Now Dylan and I are going to do the driver's side knuckle, which is here at the back. Okay, so just to give you guys a little idea. Okay, so to give you guys an idea, this is what the knuckle looks in. These are both 80 Newton meters. White knuckle, SKF bearing, new hub, upgraded studs. The side's a little bit noisy, but it will go away with time. But I mean, you can see how much better the SKF bearings. Try spin that. It doesn't keep moving.
No.
Just do that. You see, they don't keep moving. But this one keeps spinning. SKF.
I'm not sure it's 25, eh?
Okay, so this knuckle's done now. So I'm not too worried about how the calipers look because Dylan's going to sponsor me a Brembo Big Brake kit. We've just got one more bolt to put back and then I'm done. Okay guys, so I did something. I don't know how the remote works. There we go. It's the... Hello? Oh, that's sick. It syncs with voices. Ah, that's pretty sick. Okay, so it's obviously that button. Let's go red, green, oh, blue, purple, teal, yellow. Okay, so basically I just extended that one. So I still need to put that in the car and then I still need to put the one at the back. But yeah, I'm pretty flippin' happy with this. Always loved underglow. I don't know what these different modes do. But the cool thing about this is it's the PS21W LEDs. So it does the chasing modes, it does, like that's Christmas tree, that's pretty sick. Right? Different mode. Ooh, the red looks kind of clean. Where's that typical like low glow? Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan and I are here. It's Sunday, the 1st of March. And lots of swear words later that we both almost thought we were going to die. But the gearbox is in the car. We didn't break anything besides maybe a few ribs. So the goal was to literally just get the gearbox in the car. We went a bit further than that, started connecting things. We've got one more bolt to put back over there, but that bracket needs to come out first. And yeah, we've used all the bolts we had, barring those 3. I'm hoping they don't go inside the gearbox or inside the engine. But yeah, basically we took off this bracket over here, lifted the gearbox in from the bottom, tightened that on. Very difficult with the chassis leg so close here, getting into the bolts in there. But yeah, we've got the rear motor mount on, all the gearbox bolts. We are going to come back later in the week and we'll talk everything to spec and then start slowly putting the car back together because yeah, everything is done otherwise that we wanted to do while the car was not running. There's a few things like I need to go get more FTF fittings, oil for the gearbox, for the engine, and we can at least get the car started, but I'm waiting for my injectors. So there's some other small things we can do this week after work every day, get the car closer and closer to being done, ticking things off the to-do list. But yeah, gearbox is back. Did you tighten that with a spanner? Not okay. I remembered last minute that there's a ground in here there, you can kind of see it there, that I loosened to get the gearbox out so we could move the harness over. But yeah, it's back together. I really like it. It didn't beat up that much with all the white paint. We'll go and do some touch-ups, but now we've got the white gearbox, the white sump, the white tappet cover. Bobby told me today, she was like, yo, I think you need to buy the billet intake and make it white. So at least she's on my side with that finally, because that's like 18K that I need to drop on the car. But yeah, dude, these engines should have come with painted parts from factory like Ford used to do. I'm super happy with that. And I think that is the end of episode 1. We've done a lot of filming because we did a whole bunch of extra stuff on the car. I've chatted with the engineers now. I'll get them to, or I'll go drop off the brackets this week for them to make that. I've bought a new grill for the car, so I can do my new idea over there. I bought a whole bunch of spares for the car, so I'm getting a new top and bottom timing cover, so these will also be white soon. Getting a new bracket there for the engine, that will be white. Just neatening up. I've finally found the new bolts, like I'm pretty sure I said in a previous clip. Just need to take the accessory bolt off the car so I can put the proper Boomba spacers, because we're running the Boomba intake manifold spacer and the Boomba throttle body spacer, you can see there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video where we get the car running.